You think Elon Musk's got it all? Think again. There's a whole world of cars out there that even the richest man on earth can't touch. We're talking about rides that'll make your jaw drop and your wallet cry. From color-changing BMWs to Rolls-Royces with built-in champagne coolers, we're about to show you 15 cars that'll blow your mind. And trust me, by the time we get to number 1, you'll be wondering if these things even belong on the same planet as us mere mortals. 15. Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR, the Avatar car. Alright, let's talk about a car so futuristic it makes Elon's Cybertruck look like a cardboard box on wheels. The Mercedes-Benz Vision AVTR is straight out of Pandora, and it's got some seriously wild features that'll blow your mind. So Mercedes teamed up with James Cameron, the guy who gave us Avatar, to create this insane concept car. They went all out with the alien vibes, and the result is something you gotta see to believe. First off, this bad boy's got 33 moving scales on the back that look like they're breathing. But they ain't just for show. These scales soak up sunlight like a lizard sunbathing on a rock. Now you might think Elon's all about saving the planet with his electric cars, but Mercedes took it to a whole new level. The entire Vision AVTR is made from recyclable materials. It's like they built a car out of nature itself. And get this, there's no steering wheel. Nope, you heard that right. Instead, you got this crazy control unit that recognizes your heartbeat. It's like the car becomes an extension of your body. But wait, it gets even wilder. The wheels on this thing can turn 30 degrees sideways. You know what that means? You can drive like a crab, moving diagonally across the road like you're in some sci-fi movie. And don't even get me started on the inside. The dashboard is a full-on 3D experience that shows you the world like you're on Pandora. It's like having an IMAX theater right in front of you while you drive. Now let's talk power. This futuristic beast has got an electric motor in each wheel, giving it a total of 469 horsepower. That's enough to make you feel like you're flying through the forest of Pandora, dodging those floating mountains. So how much would it cost to park this piece of the future in your garage? We're talking around $1 million. But here's the kicker, it's just a concept car. That means even if Elon wanted to buy it, he couldn't. It's not for sale, period. It's like the ultimate tease for car enthusiasts and billionaires alike. 14. Bugatti La Voiture Noire, the Dark Knight. Alright, time to shift gears and talk about a car that's so dark and mysterious it makes Batman's ride look like a kid's toy. We're talking about the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, and this thing is straight up insane. First off, Bugatti only made one of these bad boys. That's right, just one. It's like they decided to make the ultimate tease for billionaires. This ain't just any car, it's the most expensive new car ever sold. We're talking $18.7 million. That's enough to buy a small island or fund your own space program. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. This beast is packing a quad-turbo W16 engine that pumps out 1,500 horsepower. That's like strapping a rocket to a bullet train. But Bugatti didn't stop there. They wrapped this monster in a body made of carbon fiber. It's so black it looks like a shadow on wheels. It's like they dipped this thing in the darkest part of space. But here's where it gets really wild. This car's got 6 tailpipes. Yeah, you heard that right. 6. Because apparently 4 just wasn't enough for this beast. It's like Bugatti was like, you know what? Let's make this thing breathe fire from every angle. Now you'd think with a car this expensive we'd know everything about it. But nah, Bugatti's keeping the interior a secret. It's like Fort Knox in there. Nobody knows what it looks like inside. For all we know, it could have a built-in espresso machine and a jacuzzi. And get this, it took Bugatti 2 whole years to hand-build this thing. That's longer than some celebrity marriages last. They weren't messing around when they called it a masterpiece on wheels. It's like they poured their heart and soul into every inch of this car. Now there were rumors flying around that Cristiano Ronaldo was the lucky buyer of this Dark Knight. But Bugatti shut that down real quick. They ain't spilling the beans on who's got the keys to this beast. 13. Rolls-Royce Boattail, the yacht on wheels. Alright, forget about Dark Knights and mystery buyers. We're about to dive into a car that's so bougie it makes the La Voiture Noire look like a grocery getter. Ever heard of a Rolls-Royce that's part car, part yacht and all luxury? Well, buckle up because we're talking about the Rolls-Royce Boattail. This ain't your average Rolls. They only made 3 of these bad boys and each one's custom made for its buyer. But here's where it gets wild. The back of this car is basically a portable party. They call it a hosting suite and it's got a champagne fridge and a pop-up parasol. Yeah, you read that right. You can throw a fancy picnic right out of your car. But wait, there's more. The dashboard clock in this thing is so fancy it costs as much as a house. It's made by Beauvais and it's probably worth more than your entire ride. And if you thought that was crazy, wait till you hear about the picnic set. We're talking custom-made plates, utensils and glasses, all designed to match the car's interior. This ain't your mama's Tupperware set. Now let's talk about how they made this beast. The body's hand-hammered from sheets of aluminum. And get this, it took 4 years to complete. That's longer than most people stay in college. But I guess when you're making a car that costs more than some countries' GDPs, you gotta take your time. Under the hood, this thing's got a 6.75-litre V12 engine pumping out 563 horsepower. But let's be real, if you're buying this car, you ain't worried about speed. You're more concerned with how many bottles of Dom Perignon you can fit in that fridge. So, how much does all this luxury cost? A cool $28 million. Yeah, you heard that right. That's more than some small countries make in a year. Elon Musk could buy one, but he'd probably have to sell a chunk of Tesla to do it. Now you're probably wondering who's got the cash to drop on something like this. Well, word on the street is that Jay-Z and Beyoncé might be rolling in one of these. And the third one, rumor has it some anonymous billionaire from the Middle East snagged it. Apparently they're in the pearl business. I guess when you're swimming in pearls, you need a car to match. 12. Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta, the topless wonder. Alright, forget about pearl-covered Rolls Royces. We're about to dive into a car so rare it makes the boat tail look like it's rolling off assembly lines. Ever heard of the Pagani Zonda HP Barchetta? Probably not, because there's only 3 of these bad boys in the whole world. This ain't your average supercar. It's like Pagani looked at a regular Zonda and said, nah, let's make it crazier. They chopped off the roof and windshield, leaving you with nothing but pure speed and style. It's like driving a spaceship on wheels, no joke. Now let's talk power. This beast's got a 7.3-litre AMG V12 engine that pumps out a mind-blowing 789 horsepower. That's like strapping a rocket to your back and saying, let's go for a spin. But here's the kicker. It's got a 6-speed manual gearbox. Yeah, you heard that right. In a world of fancy automatic transmissions, Pagani's saying, real drivers use 3 pedals, baby. But power ain't nothing without a lightweight body, right? That's why Pagani made the whole thing out of carbon fiber. This car weighs less than your average sumo wrestler. It's like they took all the fat off a regular car and left nothing but pure muscle. And the looks? Oh boy, this thing's got rear wheel covers that make it look like a hot rod from the future. It's like something straight out of sci-fi movie, but you can actually drive it. Well, if you're one of the 3 lucky owners, that is. Step inside and you're basically sitting in a work of art. The interior's all leather and aluminum, crafted with the kind of detail that'd make a Swiss watchmaker jealous. It's not just a car, it's a freaking masterpiece on wheels. Now you're probably wondering how much this alien spaceship on wheels costs, right? Well, the last one sold for a cool $17.5 million. Yeah, you heard that right. That's million with an M. For that kind of cash, you could buy a whole fleet of regular supercars and still have change left over for a private island. But here's the real kicker. Horacio Pagani, the dude who founded the company, kept one for himself. Can you blame him? If I made something this insane, I'd want one in my garage too. 11. Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita, the diamond on wheels. You thought Pagani's ride was wild? Wait till you see the car that's literally dripping in diamonds. Koenigsegg's got a whip so fancy, it makes other supercars look like they're covered in tinfoil. We're talking about the CCXR Trevita, and it's not just a car, it's a rolling jewelry store that goes 0 to 60 faster than you can blink. This ain't your average carbon fiber body. Nah, Koenigsegg went and invented diamond-infused carbon fiber. It's so complex to make that they only built 3 of these bad boys. When the sun hits it, this thing sparkles like a disco ball on wheels. It's so rare, even Floyd Mayweather had to fight to get his hands on one. But it's not just about looking pretty. Under the hood, this beast is packing a 4.8-litre V8 engine with not 1 but 2 superchargers. 'Cause why have 1 when you can have 2, right? This monster puts out 1,004 horsepower on regular gas, but feed it some E85 and you're looking at 1,200 horses. That's enough power to make your head spin. And spin it will, 'cause this diamond-crusted rocket goes from 0 to 60 in just 2.9 seconds. That's faster than you can say Koenigsegg CCXR Trevita 3 times fast. But it doesn't stop there. This thing's got a top speed of 254 miles per hour, and they had to make special tires just to handle all that speed. Step inside and you're not in a car anymore. You're in a fighter jet cockpit. The interior's decked out in Alcantara and carbon fiber, making you feel like you're about to take off into space. And with the way this thing accelerates, you might just think you are. Now you're probably wondering how much this rolling gem costs. Well, back in 2009, it was priced at $4.8 million. But that was then. Now, it's worth way more. The price has shot up faster than the car itself thanks to its rarity and the fact that, well, it's covered in freaking diamonds. So could Elon afford this one? Maybe. but he'd have to duke it out with Floyd Mayweather first. And let's be real, would you want to fight Money Mayweather for anything? Didn't think so. 10. Bugatti 110, the 110-year celebration. Yo, check this out. We're talking about a car that's so fancy it's like a rolling birthday cake for Bugatti. The 110 ain't just any old ride, it's Bugatti's way of saying we've been making sick cars for 110 years and we ain't stopping now. Now you might be thinking, how special can this car really be? Well, let me tell you, they only made 10 of these bad boys. That's right, just 10. It's like they're saying, if you ain't one of the top 10 richest people in the world, don't even bother looking our way. But here's where it gets wild. This thing's got an engine that's so big it makes other supercars look like they're powered by hamsters. We're talking about an 8.0-litre W16 engine. That's like having 4 engines smooshed together. And get this, it pumps out 1,600 horsepower. That's more power than a whole herd of horses. You know how in movies, when someone hits the gas and the car just disappears? That's basically what the 110 does in real life. This monster goes from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 2.4 seconds. By the time you finish saying Bugatti 110, it's already halfway down the block. But Bugatti ain't just about speed. They're all about style, too. The 110's design is like a throwback to the 90s, but make it futuristic. It's inspired by the Bugatti EB 110, which was the hottest thing on 4 wheels back in the day. But they've cranked it up to 11 for the 21st century. And get this, the car's got a wing on the back that's so big it could probably lift the car off the ground if it wanted to, but instead it pushes the car down with 90 kilograms of force. That's like having a sumo wrestler sitting on the trunk, keeping you glued to the road. Now let's talk about the inside of this beast. It's all leather and carbon fiber, like you're sitting in a race car that's been pimped out by a luxury fashion designer. And the roof, it's made of glass, so you can look up and see all the jaws dropping as you zoom by. Here's the kicker though. Each one of these 110's is custom made for the buyer. That's right, they're tailor-made like a fancy suit. When you're dropping this kind of cash, you don't want your car looking like anyone else's. Speaking of cash, you might want to sit down for this. The price tag on this birthday boy is a cool $9 million. And get this, all 10 of them were sold before Bugatti even announced they were making them. It's like they just whispered, hey, we're making a super special car, and boom, sold out. 9. Rolls-Royce Sweptail, the yacht car. All right, buckle up, because we're about to cruise into some seriously fancy waters. You thought that Bugatti was exclusive? Well, hold on to your wallets, because we're about to sail into even richer territory. Imagine a car so fancy it's basically a yacht on wheels. And get this, there's only one in the whole world. Meet the Rolls-Royce Sweptail, a car so unique it'll make your head spin. This ain't just any old luxury ride, it's a custom-made dream machine for some secret billionaire who probably has more money than sense. But hey, when you're that loaded, why not go all out? Now you might be thinking, how long does it take to build a car like this? Well, Rolls-Royce didn't rush it. They took their sweet time, 4 whole years to be exact. That's longer than it takes most people to graduate college. But when you're aiming for perfection, you can't cut corners. The Sweptail ain't just a car, it's a whole vibe. The back end is shaped like a yacht, complete with a wood deck. Yeah, you heard that right. A wood deck on a car. It's like they couldn't decide between a luxury car and a boat, so they just said, why not both? But wait, there's more. This ride comes with its own champagne cooler and crystal flutes, because nothing says I'm rich like popping bubbly while cruising down the highway, right? And if you're worried about the view, don't be. The entire roof is one massive piece of glass. It's like driving in a fishbowl, except you're the fancy fish everyone's staring at. Step inside and you'll feel like you've walked into the world's fanciest library. We're talking fine leather and wood everywhere. It's so posh you might feel underdressed just sitting in it. But don't worry, this car's got you covered if you need to do some work on the go. There are hidden compartments for the owner's laptop. Because even billionaires got to check their emails sometimes, right? Now let's talk numbers. When this bad boy rolled out in 2017, it cost a cool $13 million. But that was then. Now, who knows? It's probably worth way more considering there's only one in existence and it's not like they're making more. 8. Bugatti Divo, the track star. Yo, check this out. We're talking about a car that's so extreme it's like Bugatti decided to build a fighter jet for the road. This ain't just any Bugatti, it's the Divo, and it's got more G-force than some military planes. Only 40 of these beasts were made and they sold out faster than concert tickets to your favorite rapper. Now the Divo's got the same heart as its cousin, the Chiron, an 8.0-litre W16 engine pumping out 1,479 horsepower. But here's the kicker, they made it 77 pounds lighter. That might not sound like much, but in the world of hypercars, that's like shedding a whole person. This weight loss program ain't just for show. It's all about making the Devo a track monster. Speaking of tracks, this thing can pull 1.6 G in corners. If you don't know what that means, imagine being pressed into your seat so hard you can barely move. It's like being in a real-life roller coaster, except this one costs more than most people's houses. The whole body of the Devo is made from carbon fiber. It's like they took a bunch of fancy bicycles and melted them down to make a car. And that massive rear wing, it ain't just for looks. It's there to keep this beast glued to the ground when you're going fast enough to outrun a jet. But Bugatti didn't stop there. They gave the Devo special tires that can handle its top speed of 236 miles per hour. That's faster than some small planes, and definitely faster than anything you've ever driven. Step inside and you're surrounded by Alcantara and carbon fiber with blue accents. It's like sitting in a spaceship designed by a luxury fashion brand. And get this, each Devo is custom made for its buyer. When you're dropping this kind of cash, you get to be picky about every little detail. So what's the damage for all this insanity? The Devo starts at $5.8 million, and that's before you start adding any custom options. You could buy a whole fleet of regular supercars for that price, but then you wouldn't have a Devo. 7. Pagani Huayra Roadster BC, the Italian stallion. Alright, let's shift gears and talk about a car that's like a fine Italian suit, but way faster. We're talking about the Pagani Huayra Roadster BC, and this thing's so exclusive they're only making 40 of them. And guess what? They're all sold out already. Now, under the hood, this Italian stallion's packing some serious German muscle. It's got a 6.0-litre twin-turbo V12 engine that AMG cooked up specially for Pagani. This beast's pumping out 800 horsepower, which is insane when you realize the whole car weighs less than 2,700 pounds. That's like strapping a rocket to a feather. But Pagani ain't just about power, they're all about that cutting-edge tech too. The body of this beauty is made from something called carbon titanium. Yeah, you heard that right. Regular carbon fiber just wasn't good enough for these guys. This stuff's stronger and lighter than your average supercar body. And when you're ready to hop in, you're in for a treat. The doors swing up like a bird spreading its wings, making you feel like you're about to take flight every time you get in. It's not just for show though, it makes it way easier to get in and out without scraping up those fancy rims. Once you're inside, it's like stepping into a work of art. The interior's decked out in the finest leather with exposed carbon fiber everywhere. It's like they took a fancy Italian living room and strapped an engine to it. But the real kicker, the roof comes off. Yep, you can pop that bad boy right off and feel the wind in your hair as you blast down the highway. Now let's talk price. This Italian masterpiece will set you back a cool $3.5 million. But here's the thing, it's probably worth way more now. These limited edition supercars tend to go up in value faster than you can say depreciation who. Horatio Pagani, the mastermind behind this beast, once said, "Every element is a work of art reflecting our passion for engineering and aesthetics." And boy does it show. This thing's not just a car, it's a rolling sculpture that just happens to go really, really fast. Speaking of fast, this baby can hit 60 miles per hour in just 3.4 seconds. That's faster than you can say Mamma Mia. And if you're lucky enough to get your hands on one, you can even customize it. We're talking unique color schemes, fancy interior materials, the works. Each one's basically a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. 6. Aston Martin Valkyrie, the F1 car for the street. Yo, check this out. We're about to dive into a car that's so extreme it's got F1 teams taking notes. Forget customizing paint jobs. How about a car where the seats are part of the chassis? That's the Aston Martin Valkyrie for you. This beast is like an F1 car that somehow got a license plate. Aston Martin's only making 150 of these bad boys, and they're all already snatched up. Rich folks, am I right? But here's the kicker. It's got a 6.5-litre V12 engine plus an electric motor. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a hybrid, because even supercars got to think about the planet sometimes. Now let's talk power. This thing's packing 1,160 horsepower. That's more juice than some small countries. And get this, it weighs just 2,270 pounds. That's like, what, the weight of a couple sumo wrestlers? The body's all carbon fiber, which is why it's so light, and it's got this F1-style keel front end that makes it stick to the road like glue. But wait, there's more. This car is so futuristic it doesn't even have side mirrors. No, it's got cameras instead, because mirrors are so last century, obviously. And the seats, they're molded right into the chassis. Comfort? Who needs it when you're going fast enough to time travel? The steering wheel's got a screen on it, just like an F1 car, so you can pretend you're Lewis Hamilton while you're cruising down the highway. But let's be real, if you own this car, you're probably not doing much highway cruising. You're more likely to be showing it off at fancy car shows or racing it on private tracks. Now let's talk price. The starting price for this beast is $3.2 million. Yeah, you heard that right. Starting price. As in, it goes up from there. That's more than most people will make in their entire lives. But for the folks buying this car, that's probably just pocket change. Elon Musk could probably buy one if he wanted to. But let's be real, he'd probably rather build his own electric hypercar. Maybe call it the Tesla Roadster 2.0 or something. But that's a whole other story. 5. McLaren Speedtail, the streamlined bullet. Alright, forget Elon's electric dreams for a sec. There's a car out there that's so rare and so fast, it's basically a street-legal spaceship. Only 106 exist and they're already gone. But that's just the start of what makes the McLaren Speedtail insane. This beast ain't just quick, it's rewriting the laws of physics. We're talking about a hybrid powertrain that pumps out a mind-blowing 1,055 horsepower. That's like strapping a rocket to your back and calling it a car. And the speed? This thing can hit 250 miles per hour, which is faster than some planes take off. But here's the kicker. It goes from 0 to 186 miles per hour in just 12.8 seconds. That's faster than most cars can hit 60 miles per hour. Now let's talk about looks. The Speedtail's got this teardrop shape that's so slick it makes other supercars look like bricks. It's all about that aero, baby. Every inch of this car is designed to slice through the air like a hot knife through butter. And get this. The rear wheels have these carbon fiber covers that don't even move. Why? Because they're all about that airflow. But McLaren didn't stop there. They took a page out of the F1 playbook and put the driver's seat smack in the middle. Yeah, you heard that right. You're sitting center stage like a boss with 2 seats on either side. It's like you're piloting a spaceship, not driving a car. And those side mirrors? Forget about them. The Speedtail's got cameras that fold in at high speeds. It's like the car's tucking in its arms to go even faster. This thing is so aerodynamic it probably makes birds jealous. Now you might be thinking, how much does all this cost? Well, if you gotta ask, you can't afford it. But I'll tell you anyway, the price tag starts at a cool $2.2 million. And that's if you can even find one for sale. All 106 of these bad boys were snatched up before they even hit the streets. 4. Bugatti Bolide, the track-only monster. Alright, forget street-legal spaceships. What if I told you there's a car out there that's basically a fighter jet on wheels? Bugatti's cooked up something so wild even racetracks might not be ready for it. We're talking about the Bugatti Bolide, and this beast is so extreme it makes other hypercars look like golf carts. This monster's packing an 8.0-litre W16 engine that cranks out a mind-blowing 1,825 horsepower. That's more power than some small countries, I swear. But here's the kicker. This thing only weighs 2,733 pounds. That's lighter than some compact cars you see on the street. It's like they took a rocket engine and strapped it to a feather. Now you might be thinking, how'd they make it so light? Well, Bugatti went all in on carbon fiber. The entire body's made of the stuff. It's got more wings and aero bits than a chicken farm, all to keep this beast glued to the track. And trust me, you're gonna need all that downforce. Because when you're pulling 2.5 G in corners, it's like being on the world's craziest roller coaster. Your face might end up somewhere near the back of your head. But don't worry, Bugatti's got you covered. The seats are molded right into the chassis. You don't just sit in this car, you wear it like a suit. It's like you're becoming one with the machine. But that ain't all. They've even added a pneumatic jack system so you can lift the car up for quick pit stops. It's like they're expecting you to race this thing for real. And honestly, with a car this insane, why wouldn't you? Now let's talk price. This track-only monster will set you back a cool $4.7 million. And get this, you can't even drive it on the street. It's like buying a private jet that can only land on one specific runway. Elon Musk could buy one, sure, but he'd have to build his own track just to take it for a spin. But here's the real kicker. Bugatti's only making 40 of these bad boys. That's it. So even if you've got the cash, you might be out of luck. It's like they're making a supercar boy band, and there are only 40 spots available. 3. Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the Diamond SUV. Now, if 40 spots in a supercar club ain't exclusive enough for you, how about a ride that turns every road into your personal red carpet? We're talking about the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the diamond of SUVs. This ain't your average mall crawler. It's got more bling than a rapper's jewelry box and enough luxury to make a yacht feel insecure. Rolls-Royce made this beast for rich folks who want to go off-road without getting their Gucci loafers dirty. It's packing a 6.75-litre twin-turbo V12 engine that's pumping out 563 horsepower. This thing's a tank weighing in at 6,000 pounds, but it still zooms from 0 to 60 in just 4.8 seconds. That's faster than you can say, "I'm richer than you." Step inside and you're surrounded by more leather than a cow farm and wood from trees so rare, they probably don't even exist anymore. But that's not all. This SUV's got suicide doors because regular doors are for regular people. And get this, There's a glass partition in the back to keep your champagne chilled. Because nothing says I'm loaded like sipping bubbly while cruising through the Sahara. But wait, there's more. The Cullinan's got a trick up its sleeve called the viewing suite. It's like a fancy pop-out tailgate party setup that comes out the back of the car. Imagine rolling up to a polo match and busting out your own personal VIP lounge. That's how the 1% do tailgating, folks. Now you might be thinking, how much does this rolling palace cost? Well, the starting price is a cool $330,000. But let's be real, nobody's buying a base model Rolls. By the time you're done customizing this bad boy, you're looking at a price tag that'll make your accountant faint. And speaking of customization, Rolls-Royce will let you personalize pretty much everything on this ride. Want the interior to match your pet peacock? They'll make it happen. Need a built-in safe for your diamonds? No problem. Heck, they'll probably install a mini zoo in there if you've got the cash. 2. Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, the speed demon. Forget customizing interiors. How about a ride that customizes the very concept of speed? There's a new beast on the block that's so fast even Elon Musk would need NASA's help to find a place to max it out. We're talking about the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, and it's not just a car, it's a middle finger to the laws of physics. This speed demon is like something straight out of sci-fi. Koenigsegg's only making 125 of these bad boys, and guess what? They're all gone. Sold out faster than you can say holy horsepower, Batman. But here's the kicker. This thing's got a 5.0-litre twin-turbo V8 that's pumping out a mind-blowing 1,600 horsepower when it's sipping on E85 fuel. That's not an engine, that's a freaking nuclear reactor on wheels. Now hold on to your hats, because this is where it gets crazy. The Jesko Absolute's got a theoretical top speed of 330 miles per hour. Yeah, you read that right. At that speed, you could outrun a commercial airliner. It's like Koenigsegg looked at the sound barrier and said, "Challenge accepted." But it ain't just about raw power. This thing's smarter than your average supercomputer. It's got a 9-speed multi-clutch transmission that shifts gears faster than you can blink. And the steering wheel? It's got a screen that shows you all the car's vitals. It's like piloting a spaceship, but cooler. The whole body's made of carbon fiber, making it lighter than your ex's promises. And it's got active aerodynamics that can generate up to 3,000 pounds of downforce. That's like having an invisible hand pushing you down onto the road, keeping you glued to the asphalt when you're tearing it up at ludicrous speeds. Christian von Koenigsegg, the mad genius behind this speed machine, didn't pull any punches. He said, "We wanted to create a car that would be the fastest in the world, and that required us to push the boundaries of engineering and design." Well, mission freaking accomplished, my dude. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what's the damage to my wallet? Brace yourself, this baby starts at $3 million, and that's before you start adding any fancy options. But let's be real, if you're dropping that kind of cash on a car, what's a few more mil for some extra carbon fiber bits? 1. Bugatti La Voiture Noire, the black car. You thought $3 million was a lot for a car? Well, hold on to your wallets, because we're about to enter a whole new universe of luxury where even Elon Musk might need to check his bank balance twice. We're talking about the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, the most expensive new car ever sold. And get this, Bugatti only made one of these bad boys. This ain't just any old supercar, it's a tribute to the classic Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic, but with a modern twist that'll make your head spin. The body? It's all carbon fiber, baby. Bugatti spent 2 whole years designing and building this thing, and it shows. It's got curves in all the right places and a full-width light bar at the back that looks like it's straight out of Star Trek. Now let's talk power. Under the hood, there's a quad-turbo 8.0-litre W16 engine that pumps out a mind-blowing 1,500 horsepower. But that's not even the craziest part. This beast has 6 exhaust pipes. Yeah, you heard that right. 6, because 4 just wasn't enough for this monster. But here's where it gets really interesting. The interior of the La Voiture Noire is top secret. Bugatti's keeping it under wraps, which just adds to the mystery and exclusivity of this ride. It's like they're saying, if you gotta ask, you can't afford it. Speaking of exclusivity, this car's got some features that'll make your jaw drop. Ever heard of a car with its own signature scent? Well, the La Voiture Noire's got a custom perfume dispenser. Because when you're dropping this much cash on a car, you want it to smell as good as it looks, right? Now let's talk price. Brace yourselves, because this is gonna hurt. The Bugatti La Voiture Noire costs a whopping $18.7 million after taxes. And that's before you start adding any fancy options. To put that in perspective, you could buy a small island for that kind of money, or a fleet of regular supercars, or, feed a small country for a year. But here's the kicker. Even with all this insane luxury and power, Bugatti says they're not done yet. They're planning to make more one-off models in the future that'll push the boundaries of automotive design and engineering even further. It's like they're saying, oh, you thought this was expensive, just wait till you see what we do next.